19 of this 21-day girl challenge. Only a few workouts left. Today we have a full body workout. Let's crush it. We are back to starting our workout with a 2-minute plank. It's going to look like this for today's workout. We're going to get started in a forearm plank hold for 30 seconds. That's going to be followed by levels for 30 seconds, up, up, down, down. Levels can be done on their knees. We're then going to do a 30-second high hold before we go into a 30-second hip dip. For your hip dips, you can also lower the knees down towards the mat. You can hold on your knees, you can drop the knees down for a rest, come back when you're ready, but we're going to get started in 3, in 2, in 1 with that forearm plank hold. So because we're already at day number 19, holy guacamole, we can start to feel our bodies get stronger. And I really do find that doing planks, you can start to really see your progress with these planks. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So remember, we're going up, up, and then down, down. Trying to push up the opposite arm every single time. You can be right here. You can stay down on your knees. You can go super slow, whatever works for you today, but make sure that you're breathing through it. You're not clenching your teeth at all. You have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have a high plank hold. 30 seconds high plank hold. If you're dealing with any sort of wrist issues, you can hold here in a forearm plank. Straight line here, so we're not bringing our hips down too low, not too high. Everything is leveled. Shifting the weight forward a little bit more. Draw the lower belly in for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Final 30 seconds. We're coming into those hip dips. Remember, these hip dips can be done on your knees. They can be done on your forearms if your wrists are feeling maybe a little bit sore, tired today. Pushing the floor away from you. You're not locking your elbows at all. Draw the lower belly in. Squeeze the glutes together. You're almost there. You have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Going into some core, we are going to be doing the same move for your core series today. So it's going to be 20 seconds of your seal kick crunch. Remember, we're hovering the bottom leg over the mat. You're grabbing wherever you can grab today. Behind the thigh, behind the calf, at the ankle, never behind the knee. You're giving me 2 exhales with 2 pulses of the leg, not of your chest. Switch, control, exhale, exhale, switch. So you're pulsing, pulsing, switching without moving the upper body. If it gets too much, you can lower the shoulder blades down, and you can also bend the knee, bring your knee in towards your chest, just like so. And if that's still inaccessible, you can bring one leg down, and give me those normal crunches with a hold instead. So you do whatever feels best for you. It's 20 seconds of the seal kick crunch, 10-second hold on one side, repeat, then we're gonna hold on the other side. We're gonna do a couple of rounds of this, really getting our cores working. In 3, in 2, in 1, let's do this. Pulse, pulse, switch. Pulse, pulse, switch. So I always tell you, you want to keep the low back pressed down towards the mat. Now to help you do this, you can keep the leg up a little bit higher. It doesn't have to be super low. For 3, 2, 1, you have your first hold. Now if your head's getting heavy, maybe interlace your hands behind your head. Again, you can always bend that bottom leg, bring the sole of the foot down the mat. For 3, for 2, for 1, let's do this. Pulse, pulse, switch. Pulse, pulse, switch. I love this Pilates move because the control that you have to have, that you're not moving the upper body, that you're really controlling the legs and the exhales, you really feel that burn. 3, and 2, and 1, hold on the opposite side. So keep the shoulder blades lifted, but again, you can hold with the shoulder blades down. You can give your head a little bit of support. For 3, for 2, for 1, let's do this. Pulse, pulse, switch. Woo! Pulse, pulse, switch. In these Pilates inspired movements, I really encourage you to go a little bit slower. You'll start to notice that the slower you go, the more control you have, the better we're doing the move, we have more control, and we're doing a proper form. 3, 2, 1, hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do this. Pulse, pulse, switch. Remember, you can be right here. You can keep the shoulder blades down. You can hold behind the thigh. Just give me those 2 exhales and always controlling the movement, always breathing. You can bring the knee in towards the chest. So we're going to be holding on the opposite side in 3, 2, 1. Let's hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do 2 more rounds. Pulse, pulse, switch, breathe. Switch, switch. Good. Keep the low back pressed down towards the mat. All right, coming up on the last hold on whatever side you choose to do in 3, in 2, in 1. Let's hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Final 20 seconds of our seal kick crunch. Feel that burn. Feel the control. Breathing through it. Unclench your teeth. Soften the face. Last few seconds. You have your final hold coming up in 5, in 4, in 3, 2, 1. Let's do this. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. We have our side planks coming up next. Choosing whatever side you would like to start with. We're going to do a 30-second hold with a 30-second hip pulse. So holding here, you can either stack your feet together, maybe bring your top foot forward. You can also keep the bottom leg down on the mat, extend the top leg out. 30-second hold, 30-second hip pulse. We're going to get started in 3, in 2, in 1. Let's do this. So even if you start with stacking your feet together, it doesn't mean at any point you can't give yourself that modification, especially when we start to move our side plank. It might feel good to give yourself a little bit more support. So you have 10 seconds, really making sure you're not sinking your hips down too low. Draw the lower belly in for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tiny pulses up and up. Again, you can be right here, bringing that top foot forward. You can keep the knee down on the mat. Tiny little pulses, whatever works for you. Drawing the lower belly in. You have your last few seconds here. Stay with it, working our side planks as we pulse and pulse and pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Alrighty, so we have our other side plank right away. Other side in 3, in 2, in 1. Let's do this. So stacking your feet together, drawing the lower belly in. Now if you notice that your hips, they're sinking super far low down towards the mat, give yourself a bit of a modification. You can bring that top foot forward. You can keep the leg down on the mat. You have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We pulse it up and up. You might start to notice that maybe one side feels a bit better than the other. That's completely normal. Paying attention to how we're feeling today as we pulse and pulse and pulse. Breathe, stomach in, pulse and pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Good. Getting into our legs next. This is what we're going to do. We're going to do our crossed lunges with a mini squat in between. So what that means is we are going to squat down, bring one leg behind you. When you bring the leg behind you, really squeezing the legs together, trying to come down as low as you can, lifting the chest, core strong. You come back to center. Give me a little bit of a squat before you go and you cross on the other side. So squat, behind, squat, behind. We're going to do that for 20 seconds. Then we're going to hold to one side, 10 seconds, pulse for 10 seconds, repeat the movement, and then we're gonna do the same thing on the other side, repeating this a couple times to really get our legs, especially our inner thighs, all right, as well as the side glutes. So we're gonna get started with that in 3, in 2, in 1. We squat, bring the leg behind you, squat, other leg comes behind you, okay? Let's keep our hips facing forward so we're not twisting at all. You have that first hold coming up on whatever side in 3, in 2, in 1. So you're staying down low, really squeezing the legs together. Chest is up, core is strong. We have a pulse coming up in 3, 2, 1. We pulse 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, repeat. So squat down low, cross it behind, squat, and cross it behind. Now, if it's too much to have that squat in between, you can totally come up and then squat again. This just gives our legs a little bit more of a challenge. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You have a 10-second pulse. So starting to feel that burn in the lower body feels good. Stay with it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Repeat. Squat down, cross it back, squat down, cross it back. Again, when you cross the legs, let's squeeze our inner thighs tight together so you can really feel that work in the inner thighs. So you have another hold coming up on the opposite leg in 3, in 2, in 1. We hold. Now watch, we may bring our chest kind of forward. Let's see if we can stay a little bit more lifted. Draw the lower belly in. You have your pulse in 3, 2, 1, pulse it. Squeeze the legs together. Feel your inner thighs work. Outer glute as well. Breathing through it. Releasing in 3, 2, 1. We squat. We cross. We squat. We cross. Take your time. Doesn't have to be very fast. Let's focus on the control. Let's focus on how low can we go. We have that hold on the other side coming up in 3, 2, 1. Hold 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You have your pulse. Okay, so good news. We are going to just be doing 2 more rounds. So second last hold this side. We have our final hold in 3, 2, 1. We have our second last round of our crossed lunges. Then we're going to have our final hold, our final pulse on one side before we have that final round. So stay with it. Can you come down a bit lower? Can you cross a little bit more? 3, 2, 1. You have this hold. Squeeze the legs together. Lift the chest, stomach in. Come down just a bit lower. We're going to pulse in 3, 2, 1. We pulse it 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do this final time. How about you? My legs are on fire right now. Okay, but we're breathing through it. If it's burning, it's working. Burning is a good sign. Shaking is a good sign. We're working hard, working our legs to their maximum. That's what we're trying to do. All right, in 5, in 4, in 3, 2, 1. Final hold. This is it. All right, come down just a bit lower. Chest up, core strong. All right, we have that final pulse in 3, 2, 1. Let's do this. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo. All right, shake it out. Nice work. Down towards our mat. Let's do 3 rounds of low impact cardio. We're going to do a 20-second mountain climber. Bringing knee in, 20 seconds, 10-second rest, and we're going to do it 3 times. All right, let's get ready to get that started in 3, in 2, in 1. Your knee goes in and in. Remember, you can take it slow. If you want to go a little bit faster, you can totally do that. Remember to breathe. Maybe exhale every single time for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. We let that go. So shaking the arms, you can always rest in your child's pose. You don't have to take this super fast. Really getting our heart rate up in this section. We got it up in our legs. Get ready, 3, 2, 1. When we really work our legs, especially in that HIIT style, in that Tabata style, where we're doing a 20 seconds of a move, 10-second active recovery, we really do get our heart rates up. We're just trying to get it a little bit more up. 3, 2, 1, release. Either meeting in child's pose, whatever works for you. We just have one more round, okay? One more round. Low impact cardio in 3, in 2, in 1. Let's do this. In, in. Breathe through it. Good. All right, check this out. You final 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release. Giving our arms a bit of a rest here. We're gonna go into our final little round of HIIT core. Full body workout, it flies by. Let's bring our feet about 6 inches apart, toes facing forward. We're gonna go into our crossed crunches. So you're gonna reach for one knee, you're gonna reach for the other. 20 seconds with a 10-second pulse. If it's too much for your head, just interlace your hands behind your head and then give me some normal up and down crunches. 3, 2, 1, we reach and we reach. I love doing these ones because we can keep our feet down on the mat, which really encourages us to keep our low back down towards the mat, but we're targeting upper middle core as well as our obliques. 3, 2, 1, you pulse it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, reach and reach. Reach a little bit further. Maybe try to lift the shoulder blades up a little bit more. Are you exhaling every single time you reach? Getting ready for that second round of pulses in 5, in 4, in 3, in 2, in 1, you pulse it. You can either keep your hands up or interlace your hands behind your head. I like to have them up because I feel I can lift my shoulder blades up just a bit higher. 3, 2, 1, let's do this. Reach and reach. Breathe. Reach a little bit further. You got this. Reach and reach and reach. Getting ready for that pulse in 3, in 2, in 1, we pulse it. All right, you have your final round coming up. Final round of our HIIT core for our full body workout in 3, 2, 1, let's do this. Reach and reach. Day number 19. Holy guacamole, that is awesome. You are awesome. Getting stronger every single day. Feeling so good. I'm so proud of you. You're almost there. Okay, let's finish strong here. In 3, in 2, in 1. Let's do this. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let it go. Let's activate our arms one final time. We're just gonna go into our tricep dips. So in our tricep dips, we do wanna have our wrists in line with the shoulders, your fingertips, they're pointing towards your toes. And there's 2 options. You can either keep your knees bent as you bring the, bend the elbows rather, out and up to target your triceps, or maybe you have your legs straight. It's gonna look like this. It's gonna be 10 seconds tricep dip, 10-second hold, either holding with your knees bent or legs straight, 10-second rest, and we're gonna do this 4 times to really target our triceps without having to do those push-ups. It's just a good alternative. In 3, 2, 1. Remember, it's only 10 seconds. Coming down and up. You can either choose to keep your knees bent, legs straight, holding in 3, 2, 1, we hold. Remember, you're holding either with your knees bent, legs straight for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release. So taking a second. You have a 10-second rest here. We have our second round coming up in 3, 2, 1. Let's do this. Down and up. You go down and up. Breathe. Okay, you have your 10-second hold in 3, 2, 1, hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release. Okay, letting that go. You have 2 more rounds. If you're holding with your legs straight bent, whatever, keep your hips up. Don't let them sink down towards the floor. 3, 2, 1. Let's do this. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold here. Keep your hips lifted. Draw the lower belly in for 5, for 4, for 3, 2, 1. Release. Give your wrists a bit of a shake. Good news, you have your final round. All right, that's gonna happen in 3, in 2, in 1. Let's do this. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding at the top. Breathe. Draw the lower belly in. Lift your hips up a bit higher for 5, for 4, for 3, 2, 1. Let's give our hands or arms a bit of a break. Let's go into 2 rounds of bridges. Not super long today. Let's cross the right foot over the left. Let's keep our legs as tight together as possible to activate the inner thighs. In 3, 2, 1. You go up, lower it down. Up and down. You go up and down. So we are not only really targeting our glutes here, but especially our inner thighs. Breathing through this, up and down. When you come up, squeeze the legs as tight together. Keep the knees as tight together as we can so that we're really feeling that burn in the inner thighs. You have a pulse coming up in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pulse at the top. Up and up and up and up. 4, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it down. Just going to reverse that. Cross left over right. 3, 2, 1. Let's do this. Up and down. You go up and down. You squeeze and down. You squeeze and down. We're not here for too much longer. Remember, you can be right here. Press the palms down towards the mat for a little bit more support. Okay, you have that final pulse. Feel that burn in 3, 2, 1. We go up. Squeeze the legs tighter together. Up and up. 4, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Bring your knees in towards the chest, a big squeeze. Just like that, we just have 1 more round. All right, so final round of bridges to end this full body workout, targeting our glutes and our inner thighs. 1 final time. Let's bring our feet together, knees apart. If this isn't feeling good for you today, you can come into a wide stance, toes pointing out. All right, let's finish strong. You're almost there. In 3, 2, 1. Let's do this. Up and down. You go up and down. We squeeze and down, squeeze and down. Pairing these 2 bridges together, oh my goodness, I just find them so difficult. They are pretty intense, especially our cross bridges, and this one when we start to bring our knees in and out, definitely feeling that burn. So it's so good to end our workout with this round of bridges. So we're going to bring our knees in and out in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So I want you to keep your hips up high. Keep them here. Just bring your knees in and out, in and out, without moving the hips up and down. And when you bring your knees tight together, really squeeze, squeeze, squeeze them together. Maybe just holding for a moment here at the top so that you can really feel the inner thighs activate, work, maybe burn. All right, we just have 2 more movements in this bridge, okay? So we're gonna keep our knees out. We're gonna pulse our hips up towards the ceiling in 5, in 4, in 3, in 2, in 1. Knees out, we pulse, pulse, pulse. So squeeze the glutes together. Keep the hips up high, up and up and up and up. All right, so we have our final round, our final little movement. We're gonna bring our knees together. We're gonna pulse our hips up towards the ceiling in 5, in 4, in 3, 2, 1. Knees together. Let's pulse and pulse and pulse. The heels can be down if you want a bit more of a challenge. You can lift them up. It feels a little bit differently sometimes when we keep our heels down. So I'm gonna keep them down, squeeze the legs together, just hold, hold, hold at the top. We have a final pulse coming up in 3, 2, 1. Let's do this. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release for your knees in towards the chest. You did it. You completed day number 19 of this challenge. We only have 2 more workouts left. That's crazy. I can't wait. Please stretch your bodies, and then I'll see you tomorrow for day number 20.